You were saying she had a nice ass.
I was trying to say something positive because she's your friend.
In the pantheon of tragic figures within The Sopranos, Adriana stands apart. Unlike the other mob wives who barter their silence for material comfort, or the soldiers who accept violence as a trade, Adriana is a figure of naive complicity. She is a woman trapped not just by the criminal underworld, but by a romantic delusion. The scene from Season 4, Episode 2.
High-speed internet access.
A lot of money in this shit.
Oh, yeah?
Situated in the neon-lit haze of the Crazy Horse nightclub, is a masterclass in character revelation. It is a forensic sample of the cancer at the heart of her relationship with Christopher Moltisanti. This specific sequence, featuring Christopher, Adriana, and the undercover FBI agent, Deborah Ciccarone posing as Danielle, is often remembered for its plot implications, the deepening of the FBI's hook into the Soprano crew. However, a granular analysis reveals it to be something far more devastating, the psychological autopsy of Christopher Moltisanti. Through his interactions with the two women, Christopher exposes a breathtaking level of narcissism, misogyny, and, most fatally, a lack of the very street smarts he claims to possess. The scene opens on the dance floor of the Crazy Horse, a venue that ostensibly belongs to Adriana but serves as a playground for Christopher. The power dynamic is established immediately.
Like your pants. Leather?
I got him at BB.
In the world of The Sopranos, Christopher views everything and everyone as a commodity. His inquiry about the material of her pants reduces Danielle to an object of consumption. Adriana's response is telling. She immediately jumps in to validate Christopher's interest, playing the role of the supportive partner.
Fucking pack tonight.
Let's celebrate.
She is trying to facilitate a connection between her boyfriend and her new friend, unaware that she's orchestrating her own humiliation. Christopher's retort
Let's celebrate.
is vague but ominous. It signals that he has decided to insert himself into their dynamic. He is not joining them, he is taking over. The visual language of the club, mirrors, dark corners, loud music, reflects the disorientation of Adriana's life. She believes she is building a legitimate business and a circle of friends, but in reality, she is surrounded by reflections and illusions. Danielle is a fake friend, and Christopher is a fake protector. As they move from the dance floor to the couch, the tragedy moves from social to personal.
No, thanks. I'm gonna stick with the champagne.
Oh, it's primo shit, Danny.
It's okay.
The seating arrangement on the leather couch is symbolic of the relationship's fracture. Christopher sits squarely in the middle, physically separating the two women. He occupies the center of the frame and the center of attention, sprawling out while the women are peripheral. This is a visual representation of his ego in his mind. He is the sun around which Adriana and Danielle orbit. The conversation that follows is one of the most cringe-inducing yet revealing moments in the series. Christopher, emboldened by alcohol and cocaine, shares his latest delusion of grandeur.
That's what I was thinking, right? What we do is start our own group. I'll be the singer, and you two can bag me up.
This is Christopher Moltisanti in a nutshell, a man of mediocre talents who believes he is destined for stardom. He does not suggest they form a group of equals, he appoints himself the frontman and relegates the women to backup dancers. When Adriana laughs, a natural reaction to such an absurd suggestion, Christopher's mask slips. He cannot handle even a moment of bruised ego.
Right.
What? It's so hard to rap?
He immediately pivots to misogynistic aggression disguised as a joke. He begins to chant,
My bitch, my hoe, my hoe, my bitch.
This rap is not just bad improvisation, it is a Freudian slip. It reveals exactly how he views the women in his life. He hides behind the guise of humor to say what he really feels, a classic abuser tactic. If she gets offended, she has no sense of humor. If she accepts it, she accepts the insult. The scene escalates from verbal disrespect to physical betrayal with the introduction of the jewelry.
God, that's gorgeous. Christopher gave it to me.
Christopher seizes this moment to reclaim ownership.
Yeah, you like it, huh, baby?
On the surface, this might look like a drug-fueled menage a trois fantasy, but the underlying dynamic is exclusion. He is using Adriana to get to Danielle. Then comes the pivotal moment, the leg touch. As the three are entangled, the camera cuts to a close-up of Christopher's hand sliding onto Danielle's leather-clad thigh. This is the crossing of the Rubicon. One, the betrayal of Adriana. He does this while his other arm is around Adriana. It is a brazen display of disrespect. He assumes Adriana is too stupid, too high, or too submissive to notice or object. It signals that her presence is no deterrent to his desires. 2, the encouragement of the civilian. He believes Danielle is a civilian, a sophisticated woman from the outside world. By touching her, he is testing her boundaries, assuming that his charm and status as a bad boy make him irresistible. Danielle, playing her role, allows the hand to linger for a second before glancing at Adriana. She knows that to maintain her cover, she cannot react like a cop arresting him or a prude slapping him. She has to navigate the sexual harassment without blowing her cover. When the hands unclasp, the tension breaks.
What are you doing?
What?
Christopher's reaction to being caught is immediate denial. He feigns total ignorance. He acts as if Adriana is the one behaving irrationally by disrupting the vibe. This is the prelude to the psychological violence that follows in the back room.
I'm gonna go.
Shit!
Oh! What the fuck?
What did you think? You were gonna fuck the two of us?
If the scene on the couch was the crime, the scene in the back office is the cover-up. This argument is a textbook example of Darvo, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. When Adriana confronts him, Christopher does not admit to the leg touch. Instead, he explodes with feigned outrage.
Oh! What the fuck?
He acts shocked that she would accuse him. 2. The attack the lie. He then constructs an elaborate fabrication to justify his behavior.
She came on to me. She took my hand. She was rubbing it on herself.
This is a lie so bold it is almost impressive. We, the audience, saw the footage. We saw his hand move to her leg. Danielle's hands were passive. Christopher rewrites reality in real time. He banks on the fact that Adriana's self-esteem is so low, she might trust his word over her own eyes. When Adriana calls bullshit, Christopher escalates his attack on Danielle.
Bullshit!
Yeah? How about right before you came over? She was telling me where she buys her pants. Fucking BBs like I give a fuck.
He twists the earlier conversation, which he initiated, to make it sound like Danielle was seducing him with talk of lingerie. Then he drops the ultimate deflection.
Who knows what her problem is? Put like her a fucking snake. Use your head, huh? What do I want with that skank when I got you?
This is the masterstroke of manipulation. He insults the other woman to elevate Adriana, framing his fidelity as a logical choice rather than a moral one. He portrays himself as the victim of Danielle's predation. He claims he was only trying to be nice because she is Adriana's friend.
You were saying she had a nice ass.
I was trying to say something positive because she's your friend.
He twists his sexual harassment into an act of benevolence. The tragedy is that it works. Adriana breaks down in tears. She stops being angry at Christopher and starts feeling confused and hurt by the situation. Christopher then moves in for the kill, not with violence, but with affection.
Come here. What have I been telling you about this Bukyak? She's trying to fuck us up, Adriana.
He successfully reframes the narrative. It is not Christopher versus Adriana. It is Christopher and Adriana versus the world and Danielle.
What we have is stronger than any of that shit.
I'm sorry.
This statement is the emotional shackle that binds her to him. It is a lie, but it is the lie she needs to survive. The deepest layer of this scene is one that Christopher is completely blind to, but which the audience sees with painful clarity. Christopher spends the entire argument posturing as a genius of human behavior. He tells Adriana to use your head, implying that he sees things she misses. He calls Danielle a snake and claims she is trying to mess us up. The irony is shattering. Christopher is right, but for the completely wrong reasons. He thinks Danielle is a snake because she is a sexually aggressive woman trying to steal him from Adriana. The reality is that she is a federal agent wearing a wire, systematically dismantling their lives. Christopher prides himself on his instincts. He is a made man, he is supposed to be able to smell a rat. Yet he is so blinded by his own libido and narcissism that he allows an FBI agent to infiltrate his inner circle simply because she is attractive and flatters him. He let her into the club. He let her onto the couch. He initiated the physical contact. This blindness becomes horrific when viewed against the events of Season 5. When Adriana confesses that Danielle was an agent, Christopher reacts with murderous rage.
Remember my friend Danielle? She was an FBI agent, Christopher.
He views her cooperation with the FBI as a fundamental weakness, a betrayal of the code. He blames her for being stupid enough to be duped. However, this scene proves that Christopher was arguably more stupid. Adriana befriended Danielle out of loneliness and a desire for connection. Christopher let his guard down out of pure lust and ego. If Danielle had tried to flip Christopher that night, she might have succeeded just by stroking his ego enough. He was the one who touched the wire-wearing leg. He was the one who bragged about crimes in front of her. Christopher condemns Adriana for a blindness that they both shared, but his was born of arrogance, while hers was born of isolation. He kills her for a mistake that he also made, but he survives because he has the power of violence on his side. The consequences of this scene are terminal. For Adriana, the reconciliation at the end of the scene, the hug and the tears, is the moment she seals her fate. By accepting Christopher's gaslighting, she isolates herself from her only friend Danielle and retreats further into Christopher's control. When the FBI eventually reveals Danielle's identity, Adriana is completely alone. She has no support system left because Christopher has systematically cut everyone else out. For the FBI, Danielle/Deborah confirms that Christopher is reckless, drug-addicted, and unstable. However, she also sees that Adriana is the weak link, not because she is criminal, but because she's emotionally battered. The FBI pivots their strategy to exploit Adriana's vulnerability, A vulnerability Christopher exacerbated in this very scene. The underlying meaning. The scene serves as a microcosm of the mafia lifestyle itself. The glamour of the club, the leather, the champagne, and the celebration are all a thin veneer over a rotting core of exploitation. Christopher's rap regarding his bitch and hoe is the subtext of the entire show made text. In this world, love is possession, and women are disposable. The leg touch is the ultimate symbol of Christopher's toxicity. It represents his entitlement to take whatever he wants, regardless of the cost to those he claims to love. He touches the fire the FBI agent and gets burned, but because he is a narcissist, he throws Adriana into the flames to save himself. It exposes Christopher Moltisanti not as a tragic hero or a tough soldier, but as a small, insecure man who destroys the things he touches. His inability to see Danielle for who she is, a cop, while simultaneously accusing Adriana of being blind, highlights the supreme hypocrisy of his character. He demands loyalty but offers none. He demands smarts but acts like a fool. In the end, Adriana dies not because she betrayed Christopher, but because she loved a man who was incapable of seeing her as anything other than a backup singer in the solipsistic show of his life. The toxicity displayed in this scene is the poison that eventually kills her, long before Silvo Dante pulls the trigger in the woods.